This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
If you're a photographer or into any kind of art, you might have gotten into a rut or even currently in it and try to get out of it. Today I will introduce a Japanese philosophy to deal with a rut.
Ichi Go Ichi E. I touched on this philosophy briefly in a previous video, but today I would like to dive deeper into it. Ichi means one. Go means lifetime. Ichi means one again. E means encounter. Literally, it means a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. It signifies a mindset of treating every encounter with sincere and utmost care, as it will never occur again.
Let's talk about a historical background of this philosophy.
Ichi Go Ichi E was originally used in a tea ceremony. It represents an essential spirit of the tea ceremony. In the 16th century, Yamanoue Soji, a disciple of Senno Rikyu, who is a pioneer of the Japanese tea ceremony, wrote documents that have a meaning close to Ichi Go Ichi E. Even in an ordinary tea ceremony, from the moment you enter the tea garden until you leave, you should regard it as a once-in-a-lifetime meeting and show utmost respect to the host. Discussions of mundane matters should be avoided entirely. In a tea ceremony of Senno Rikyu, the master aimed to enrich the interaction between the host and the guest at each meeting. As a result, participants were required to recognize and respect each tea ceremony as a once-in-a-lifetime occasion. The emphasis in a tea ceremony is on hospitality, which concerns how one entertains others. The most important aspect of a tea ceremony is thoughtfulness. Consideration of how the host and guests should conduct themselves led to the concept of Ichi Go Ichi E.
And there was a person who spread Ichi Go Ichi E
not only within the tea ceremony, but also to general people. This person was a 19th century politician, Ii Naosuke. He was a politician who lived during a tumultuous period when Japan was opening up to Western culture from its traditional shogunate, and he is said to have had a deep understanding of the tea ceremony. In a preface of a book he wrote about the tea ceremony, he explained the interaction at the tea ceremony is called Ichi Go Ichi E. For example, even if the same host and the guests hold tea ceremonies multiple times, if you consider that today's tea ceremony will never happen again, it indeed becomes a once-in-a-lifetime meeting in your life. You should interact with sincerity. This is called Ichi Go Ichi E. Thanks to Ii Naosuke's explanation, Ichi Go Ichi E became widely known to the public.
With the spirit of Ichi Go Ichi E, I think it becomes easier to get out of a rut, or even you can enjoy it.
Most people cannot travel every day, and it's common to get bored of taking photos in the same place all the time. Taking a long vacation and traveling somewhere far can be a good stimulus to break out of that state. But it's not sustainable. Relying on one big event to maintain daily motivation might not be healthy. This is where the spirit of Ichi Go Ichi E comes in handy. According to Senno Rikyu and Ii Naosuke, even if it's with the same members, each tea ceremony is different. Translated to photography, even if you take photos in the same place every day, each session should be different. Everything in the world changes every second, and nothing, including yourself, is the same as it was a second ago. This idea is based on the Buddhist philosophy, Shogyo Mujō, which could be the subject of another video. Considering this, isn't photography the perfect art form to capture the ever-changing world? No other medium can capture the subtle changes at the same time and place, like photography can. No matter where you travel or what photos you take, there's a high chance that you are imitating someone else within the long history of the art. I believe that the joy of photography lies in somehow squeezing out a new perspective, and this could be considered one of the essences of art. In that sense, where you are doesn't really matter much. We are all in a rut, and the act of finding a new perspective out of it remains the same. Ichi Go Ichi E will be help you enjoy your rut.
And there's another way to deal with a rut, which is learning new things. And there's a best platform to do that.
Today's sponsor, Skillshare. I've been wanting to learn about writing for this channel, and somehow it could be a good stimulus to my photography. And currently, I'm taking the Creative Write Bootcamp from Maila Goldberg, who is a best-selling author. In a class, she gives me exercises. It's not like just sitting down and watching. You gotta use your brains, and it's quite practical. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives. They have thousands of classes led by industry experts across photography, film, illustration, design, productivity, and more. I'm sure you can find the class you've been wanting and put a new perspective to deal with a rut. There's an expression in Japanese, 勉強の秋 means fall is a season for studying, which means the best season to use Skillshare is now. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a month's free trial of Skillshare, so don't miss your 勉強の秋.
From another perspective, have you ever hesitated to press a shutter when you found a good subject?
I think this happens to everyone. In such cases, the spirit of Ichi Go Ichi E is useful. Every encounter is truly a once-in-a-lifetime event, and the same moment will never come again. When you think about it that way, doesn't it make you feel silly for hesitating to press the shutter? This might apply not only to photography but to other arts and life in general. When you're worried about something in front of you, if you can take a step back and see yourself as part of a larger picture, it might make things a little easier.
Senno Rikyu left 7 principles
Of tea ceremony, known as Rikyu's 7 rules. Whether they directly apply to photography or not, I'd like to introduce them to you. 茶は服の良きように立て. Prepare tea to suit the taste of the guest. Consider the feelings and circumstances of others when doing anything. 炭は湯の沸くように置き. Lay the charcoal so that the water boils efficiently. Ensure preparations and arrangements focuses on key points. 花は野にあるように. Arrange flowers as they are in a field. Express things by knowing their essence and keeping them simple. 夏は涼しく、冬暖かに. In summer, suggest coolness. In winter, warmth. Post with a mindful heart. Use all 5 senses and be creative. 復元は早めに. Do everything ahead of time. Room for relaxation depends on one's own effort. 降らずとも傘の用意. Prepare for rain even if there is no sign of it. Be prepared for any unforeseen events. 送客に心せよ. Be attentive to your guests. Approach everything with a pure and honest attitude. How you interpret these principles is up to you.
But I believe all 7 can be connected to the spirit of Ichi Go Ichi E.
I hope today's video helps ease your mind, not just in relation to photography.
If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing this channel. Goodbye for now. Sayonara.